We coming? We
Yeah,
going?
we're in. We're in. It's live. We're on the
Yeah,
Pearl of
baby.
Wisdom show with our usual technical difficulties to start things out. It's just a tradition here at the Pearl of Wisdom show.
I mean,
It's all right, but
it's
it's
just
all
the way it
right.
has to be.
How's everybody in the house today? What do we got? We got Go Caps. What else do we got? I don't know who else we got. We got a few people, more people, I'm sure. Anyways,
uh,
it takes a little bit
Kyle
for
Mercer's
people.
in. Kyle
Kyle
Mercer's in.
Mercer's in.
Hey,
Nice.
yeah.
Welcome, Kyle Mercer. How you doing, buddy? Yeah. So here we are. We had some interesting games last night, but really the story of the story that's going all over the interweb there with the Twitter and all of that is the firing of the referee.
Tim
What's it?
Peel.
Peel. Tim Peel.
Yeah.
Okay, we celebrate the NHL quite a bit, don't we?
I would say we celebrate the NHL. Yeah.
We
Yeah, I'd say we
celebrate the
do.
way they do things mostly, like we're
I mean, for the most part, I mean, we've been complimentary of how they handle things in the bubble, and we've been complimentary of how they've been able to get all those testings done, and everybody has been able to be happy and safe. And yeah, I'm with you.
yeah, yeah, we do that. And they've made some rule changes. I like them. Everything is great, really, for the most part. And then this happens, and I go,
What?
"What the heck are you doing?" Like this it'll pass, okay? But they are making themselves look like absolute idiots in this. What are they trying to say here? What do you think? Are they just trying to say, because this guy was supposed to retire at the end of this year, right?
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes. I'll give you guys, if you don't know, this referee, he said while he was mic'd, which he doesn't have to do, by the way. The league pretty much, encourages him to do it for the betterment of the product. He's mic'd up, so it's better for the product. He goes and says something in the Nashville game that it was a makeup call that he just did, and the league is, I guess, I don't know who complained or whatever what happened here. It went viral that there's makeup calls. Like there's a bunch of people out there saying, see, I told you. Like nobody knew this already. It's been going on for 30 years. It's part of the game. Everybody knows about it. And now all of a sudden, a guy doesn't get to finish his retirement and has a black mark on his career because of it. Come on, man. Like the league is like acting like they didn't know it was happening. Like that's what makes the league look so horrible here, is that
I
they're
see what you're
trying
saying
to
now.
pretend like, oh, we didn't know. Oh, are you makeup
Yeah,
calls?
yeah. There's
What?
no there's no makeup calls in hockey, really. There's really no really. Right? There's or there's really no makeup calls. I really didn't see anything really. Right? Right.
Let me
Okay.
put it. Okay, we got Kyle Mercer here saying that you shouldn't have that job because they make bad calls. Let me tell you, you want to see bad calls? Go to Europe. Okay, watch referees in European hockey or anywhere else. We have the best referees in the
Oh,
world for
agreed.
for
Oh,
our for our sport, maybe the best referees in sport. Nobody can do it better than they do it. So it's not like you
oh,
can say,
agreed.
"Hey, fire this guy, get somebody else." It's not an easily replaceable position.
Look, here's the thing. If you when they have Olympics, they call NHL refs to come to do those games
Right.
because these guys okay, because these guys are good at what they're doing. Look,
Mhm.
I said it in a tweet today earlier that look, these guys have an unimaginable job, and things are happening at 6,000 miles an hour, and
Yeah.
I would not want to be an NHL ref. I would
No.
not want to be I would not want to be that guy.
No.
However, let me state some of the obvious facts. The black and white shirts should not be deciding games.
Right.
If you're going to call it for one team, call it for the other.
Sure, I
Be
guess.
consistent,
Yeah.
right? Be consistent. And stop with this ticky tacky crap. Okay? Seriously. If the guy barely touches you, or he throws his head back and his arms back and flails, and oh, come on.
Yeah. They try to catch it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I would not want to be a ref.
Yeah.
That's why I would not want to do this job. That's why it's one of the hardest jobs. Clearly, these guys are the best in what they're doing, but this is just I agree, man. This is a serious black eye on the NHL because they're acting like it doesn't happen. They're acting like this is the first time they've heard of it. They're acting like
Exactly.
they're acting like this is the one guy
Yeah.
that's been doing it, right? Only the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're trying to make
Do they not want to pay his pension or something?
they're trying to make an example. So this means that all this while you've been scrambling to try to stop this from happening, and now this is the straw. Give me a break. You know it's been like you just look stupid. If they would have came out and said, you know what, we've been working on this and looking on some ways to change the way we do things, and
See,
yeah,
that would be
it
different.
doesn't look very, it doesn't, we understand that it doesn't look very good. This has been a great ref, and we understand that makeup calls have been there, and we don't really like it, but we haven't found a happy medium. If they would have just come out and said something like that, like, we're just working on this as we go, but
Yeah.
putting a freaking like this cancel call nonsense, like, how is this helping at all? I'll tell you what, no referee's ever going to mic themselves again after this. Like, if I'm a referee, you're not putting a mic on
Well,
me. Forget about that.
yeah, that's what they did during the playoff bubble, and what they've been doing now is they've been micing the refs. Okay, so now you not only are they on when they're talking and calling the penalties, but you can hear the mic. You can sometimes I've been able to hear, and that's one of the things that they did in the playoffs is that they mic'd the refs because there's no fans and there's no crowd noise and there's no nothing. They're trying to drum up some kind of something
Yep.
because otherwise all you hear is the guys talking, calling the game, and then you hear these empty noises of passes being made and skates going down, and then every once in a while you hear a guy scream or you hear a ref scream no or keep it moving, or I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. They're putting a lot of power into the referee's hands to make judgment calls, and really, I don't. Okay, I love the idea of this black and white thing where it was a call, so now it's a call or whatever the case may be. The fact is, refs make mistakes, and they try to even it out
Well,
by
they're human.
the next time it's an iffy call, I'm going to call you on it, right? They try to do that
Yeah.
sort of thing. That's what's called a
Yeah.
makeup call. Okay, so now you're going to want to go hard on this. Guess what? That 3 minutes left in the game in the playoffs when everybody's fighting and playing hard and the guy does a cheesy little trip, power play, because it was a penalty then, so it's a penalty now. And if I made a mistake on that one, if first 5 minutes in the game I called a tripping and I realized afterwards it wasn't a trip, oh well, don't matter. That's just the way it is. You got screwed. No makeup calls. No makeup calls. So you're going to actually have a clear trip before I'm going to call it either way. And a lot of things are going to be let go now. Because now they're not going to, now if it's black and white, they're going to let it go. And we'll get the clutching and grabbing back again and all that stuff like that. To me, this is just a huge overreaction to and I don't know where they're going to go from here. We'll see. But
By the way, if you all have never heard a Perlo rant,
yeah.
I think we've all just recently been
Do you know
exposed.
what's funny? Outside of this environment, I never rant about anything. I
I
never
know.
do.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, but this is
I'm the same way.
my venue
Yeah, get it out
to be
there
able
now
to
while you
to be
can.
able to
Yeah.
say, I feel like this about that, and then afterwards, sometimes I look like a complete idiot. Like when
Well,
I was calling for Avi's head after this.
okay. Here's the thing, though. We both agree and we both recognize the fact that the ref's job is the hardest job on the
Yes.
ice. We both agree and we both recognize the fact that the NHL referees are the best on the planet.
Hmm.
I mean, hands down. Let's face it. When the Olympics come, they're calling the NHL refs to come and do the games, and most of those guys are either ex
Yep.
players. You know what I mean, and stuff like, and they're from other countries and stuff like I mean. They come here to the United States and they learn. But that's the thing. So, with that being said, all I want is consistency. Don't be the one that decides the game, and exactly with what you're saying, Perlo. It you can't get any more black and
Yeah.
white than that.
Yeah, that's what we want to
Okay.
do. I mean, but like you said, it's everybody wants that. It's how do we accomplish it, okay? And I thought they were accomplishing it just fine. Maybe they're going to come
Yeah,
up
I
with
thought they.
maybe they're going to come up with some ideas now that make it better. Maybe.
Okay, well, let me just say this. Here's an observation for you, seeing as how I am an amateur observationist. And I've been. This was something else that I tweeted as well because this has been a big hot topic of conversation with this whole referee being fired.
Right.
And what I came to the conclusion was this: in all the other games that I've tried to watch, and all the other referees and the whole 9 yards, and you watch other games and teams, and you start to see patterns develop, and you start to see refs calling things, and you're like, wow. Okay, they're calling it for this game. Then you watch another game and you see a different set of refs, and they're like, well, wait a minute. That was a penalty for that set of referees, but it wasn't a penalty for this set of referees,
Yeah.
right? So you start to see that more and more. Where if you get a set of referees that call games, you can be like, yeah, that set of referees, man, they're not going to call the tripping penalties, but they'll be calling those high sticking ones.
Yeah.
Or this set of referees don't call the high stickings, but they're looking for the slashes and the whatever. You know what I
I
mean?
don't think they purposely do that. I think they just
No,
they,
I'm not
they
saying it's not on
yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not on purpose.
I don't know.
Okay, none of this.
I think you
I
would
don't
need
think
a
there's any
machine. I
malfeasance
think
in
you
any
would
of
need a
this.
machine to take the human nature out of what we're saying,
See,
though.
and that's the thing. See, I don't think there's any malfeasance in any of this stuff. Okay, I don't think they're trying to do it to be, so they're not trying to do it to be bad people or whatever,
Mm,
but it's humans, and that's just it.
yeah.
If you take the humans out of it, now your game is 6 hours now instead of an hour and a half or 2 hours or however long a game goes now,
No.
3 hours or whatever. You know what I mean? Because look at what it did for baseball. It slowed the game down. Look at what it does for football. It slows the game
Yeah.
down. Now you have to take that time away from guys playing to look at multiple angles on a replay or of whether or not this was a penalty.
Yeah.
Or do we? I mean, look. I know, like I said, I'm going to keep saying this. I just want consistency. If you're going to call it for one side, call it for the other.
Everybody wants that, but refs have bad nights or whatever the case may be, or who knows. But that's what everybody wants. That's what the goal is for everything. And I
Jacket said, "Are they the highest paid?"
no, they're not. No, no,
They're probably
no,
not.
they're not. Some of there's I saw a thing on that. I think there's two or three refs that make $250,000 a year, and the rest of them make about 100 grand a year. If you can believe that, that's it.
Okay, well, 100 grand a year is nothing to sneeze
Oh,
at, and don't most of these guys also have off-season jobs too?
well, they probably would have to, yes, now if you have that. But
I mean, I
when you
know that the
consider that you're
NFL.
the best at the best at the best of what you do in an entertainment industry, that is really not very much money. I don't think
Okay,
so.
I'm with you. I agree that that's not a lot of money, but all things considered, these guys aren't working all year round
Yeah.
for the most
No,
part.
they probably do
Okay,
refereeing. Maybe they do refereeing elsewhere. They can have a job somewhere else. Yeah, I suppose.
or maybe they sell insurance somewhere, or maybe they're
Have a
or
have a
whatever.
business. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
But I
whatever.
think for what they do in the time they do it, for where they do it, I think that's pretty low. And that you know what? Because what do AHL guys make? Like if they're making only 100, like not much. For the condition they have to keep themselves in, The
I
amount of
know. That's what I
physical
mean.
stuff that they have to go. To me, it's not. To
My
me, it's not much
gosh.
money. And I bet you football. Right? I could be wrong. Maybe not. Maybe football refs are. I'm not sure. Maybe they don't make much money either. I'm not sure.
The NFL referees was something that has been a long-standing uh, contention with fans, with the league, because at one point they finally unionized, and I think it's only been as of recently that they have finally unionized the referees for the NFL. And it's only recently, what I mean by recently, it was in the last 10 years, that the referees have now that's their full-time job now. Some of them now that are doing that full-time.
CL says maybe they do some sports betting on the side.
Yeah, they do something or other, you know
Anyways,
what I mean, right?
we got to get going to our games. But one of the theories here, talking about betting, was that the NHL is embracing the betting environment now, and that the belief is that they went hard on this because of if you start seeing unfairness and blah 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 blah, then it's going to hurt their whatever it is that they have with these betting sites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but to me, I just it just looks terrible on the league. It just really looks terrible on the league. So hot take hockey. Hello, how you doing there, buddy?
How's
John from
everybody doing?
HTH.
Thank you all for joining
Luca,
us. Yeah,
thanks for
man.
coming in the house. Kyle's here. We got everybody here now. We can start talking about Joey's here. Awesome. We got. Oh, you know what? I haven't even shared this yet, buddy. Have you been sharing it around? Because
I
I'm
did.
surprised Jacket's not here yet. While we're talking about
He
the.
is. I saw
Oh,
him.
good. Jacket's here. So
Yeah,
okay,
I
we're
saw
ready to
Jack.
go then. If
Yeah.
Jacket's here,
All
we're
right.
good. I'm kidding. Everybody,
Hey,
all
real
of you guys
quick,
are awesome.
real quick. We just want to say thanks for everybody for joining.
Oh yeah.
We want to say thank you to everybody for following and for watching this show on a regular
Yeah.
basis. I mean, this is why we do this show for you guys. We love all the support, and it's great. We thank you all very much, and we really appreciate it. And we got all kinds of great new content and all kinds of great stuff coming. So, all right, man, let's get into some games.
Yep, we got a half an hour to get through these games, so we better get through them.
Well,
Now,
there's only
I'm
one, two,
five.
three, four, five games
Yeah,
that we
but you
can,
know
six
how we
games.
are. We can go on about them.
I know.
Now, I
Uh,
got to say something. I did a
okay.
I did a solid for the little lady last night, and we watched movies together. So I didn't watch any hockey last night.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
How about that?
So, but
Congratulations, man.
well, I don't want anybody to pat me on the back for that crap. I just want to get brownie points like everybody else. But
Well, at least you're honest about it, you know.
but
Come
what
on.
I'm saying though is when I'm talking
But
about
I'm
these
sure she
games,
appreciates.
yeah,
I'm sure she appreciates all the good quality time that she gets.
yes, absolutely. Uh,
Okay. All right.
I'm kidding, but yeah, I didn't watch any of the games. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
So
I did watch some of this. So I did watch some of this stuff.
okay, you would have definitely
I
watched the
I
first game we're about to do, and I'm gonna see if
ooh.
anybody's got some swag here, and I do believe somebody does. So
Okay.
everybody get all
Okay.
excited there, and
So I figured I would give everybody at least a chance to start earning some Perlo necklaces, seeing as how I've been killing it the
yeah,
last
we
couple of
also
times I've been on
have.
the show.
I don't know if you're aware of this now, but we also have Perlo, the Ringo Perlo, and Perlo bracelets now as well. So
Yeah, all right,
yeah,
cool. All right.
so
So the first game we're going to talk about, uh,
is
New Jersey,
as a
New Jersey versus Philadelphia.
Philadelphia happy wife, happy life. That's right. Okay, so
That's right. That's exactly right.
Devils versus Flyers. Jack had 3-2 Flyers. Serrano had 3-1 Flyers. Avatar had 4-1 Flyers. Mercer, what was the score, sir?
4-3,
4-3
New
Devils for
Jersey.
Mercer. That's 3 days in a row, Mr. Mercer, I think, for Mr. Mercer. What would you
You
like, sir,
go.
in the chat? Tell me what you would like. Pearls of Wisdom necklace, a bracelet, or the Ring O Perlo.
you,
We have
you know,
we have several fancy Ring O Perlos out there for you. You
Oh
bracelet
man.
done.
Okay,
Helen, bracelet,
there you go.
Mercer, stat. Get it out there. Off to the Perlocopter with you. Okay,
There you go. It's on the
on
way.
the way. Wait,
Do we have to talk about this game?
we
Do
do,
we?
but I'm not done yet.
I don't
Projo was
wanna.
on
I
yesterday.
don't wanna.
The
Was
professor
he?
was on yesterday. He had 3-1
Yeah, I
Flyers.
know.
CL had
Did he?
4-3
Okay.
Flyers. I had 3-2 Devils.
Wow.
Rad had 4-2
You're
Devils.
okay.
Ulysses had 3-2 Flyers, and another Go Cap had 3-2 Devils. So yeah, talk about the game.
So only three of you has picked the Devils.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna say this. Okay. I think something needs to change in Philadelphia, whether it's coaching, general management, or players. I mean, you obviously it's easier to fire a coach and a general manager than it is to fire 23 players.
Yeah.
Um, but something needs to change in Philadelphia because the wheels are coming off there. Okay, and time is ticking away here. Okay, and if they don't do something like today, then then you might as well just you know bank for next year and try to get a better draft pick or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
No, I
uh,
know what you mean.
they're definitely trending in the wrong direction.
Yep.
And New Jersey and the teams behind Philadelphia are definitely trending in the other direction, which is better. You know,
Yep.
and with teams like the Islanders, Pittsburgh, Washington, all playing better, all winning, and Boston, and all playing better and winning. Well, Boston hasn't played yet, but they're all playing better and winning,
Yep.
and you're not even able to beat those teams, and you can't even beat the teams that are behind you. Gosh, I think the writing's on the wall here.
I agree with everything you just said.
There was there
I'm
was
at
a
a
one
loss
o'clock.
here. I'm at a loss because this was a situation where they decided to not continue in the ways of rebuilding and growing organically, and saying we're good enough now. We're going to add some players and go for it. And here we are.
There was a 1 o'clock today with the general manager of the Flyers,
Hmm.
and basically the guy came out and didn't say anything. I mean, he basically said that they think that they're a good team and
Yeah,
don't look for them to be doing much of anything and
yeah,
whatever. And I'm
yeah.
just like,
He
well,
he
wow.
kept he kept on stirring the poop flavored Kool Aid. I like to say.
So New Jersey's definitely trending in the right direction. They looked a lot better. I mean, they spent more time down on the Flyers' end. They had less turnovers. I mean, for being the worst team yesterday, New Jersey sure looked like a much better team than the Flyers.
Yeah, and okay, you saw the game. What did Carter Hart look like yesterday?
He looked really good at the beginning.
Okay.
Okay, he was getting good angles. He was up on his skates. He was playing well. But here's what I think is going on here. You can't you can't keep hanging him out to dry.
Yeah.
Okay, and when your defensemen are constantly turning the puck over or constantly passing it back to nobody, okay, and now you're the goalie, and suddenly now there's 2-on-1s all the time, or you know you can't even keep the puck long enough down on the opposition end. You dump the puck in, they beat you to the puck, and now they're back the other way with shots on net. You know what I mean? So, I, look, I don't think, and people can bash me or whatever y'all want to do or whatever. I what I think is what's wrong with Carter Hart is the team that's playing in front of him.
Yeah. I think it might be a little bit of both.
I mean, yeah, he did say he's trying to change some of his techniques to do things. That doesn't happen overnight,
Hmm.
especially for a goalie.
Hmm.
But the kid's a good kid. He's a good
Oh yeah.
goalie.
Yeah.
But you got to have people playing in front of you. And if you have people playing in front of you and that builds confidence in the team, then that builds confidence in the goalie. And it kind of rolls downhill like that. Well, it's not rolling downhill like that for them.
Yeah.
So,
I should go in the chat here. I was going to see like some of the ice time and stuff like that. But I can't get it up on my thing. I don't know why that does this. It's so slow. But
You know what else I noticed too? You know what else I noticed too? The Flyers have been getting face-off dot. Something that they haven't. Face-offs is one thing the Flyers are known for because of Couturier and Giroux having such great numbers, but Giroux was less than 50% in the face-off dot. And
mm,
so was Couturier. And let's face it, Nolan Patrick is not a face-off specialist.
well, not yet in this stage of his career. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, because it takes a while. Veterans are
Yeah.
generally better at
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But um, I, I, I don't know. I'm speechless. I was calling for AV's head to begin with. Not because I do think it's AV's fault. It's not because of that necessarily. But where do you look and go, okay, here it is? To me, ever since the playoffs, the issue with Philadelphia is the core.
Yeah,
That's the problem, is the
because the
core.
core didn't score.
The core can't score. The core is getting older and the same. They need to change the core, and I don't know how to do that. But yeah, that's what I think the issue is the core of that. Losing Niskanen, I mean, we already know about that. Gustafsson, all of that kind of stuff like that. Been there, done that. Okay, now we got to go, and I'm almost with you on this now. It's gotten to the point now where you got a couple more games, and I'm selling, selling, selling. Get some kids back in here, get some free agents in the off season, and try it
You know,
again.
here's the other thing
That's
too,
about all I
Carlo.
got.
Yeah, here's the other thing too. The guys that are waiting in the wings, they haven't played. Well, why is that?
Yeah,
Why haven't they played some of these guys? That's because if you look at the guys that are the quote unquote NHL ready blue chip players for the Flyers, are not very big, are not very physical. They're all small, they're all light, they're all fast, and none and I mean that's the problem.
yeah.
You don't have
They could definitely use some size there, but yeah, no
and
doubt.
and the guys with size, they refuse to play.
Yeah,
Where is Sam Moran? Why hasn't he been playing? He's a guy with size. He could
I
help
don't.
you out,
He doesn't look good on the ice though at all.
but
I think that's
he's
the
been
problem.
playing
Is
well. He's been playing well down at the Phantoms.
okay.
Okay, as of late, the Phantoms have been lighting it up.
Yeah, that's the
Seriously.
thing I don't understand. You're right. The Phantoms have been lighting it up. Why not bring these guys up and do that? I don't know
At
if
this
that's an
point, what do you have to lose? I mean, at this point in the season, what?
yeah, exactly. Well, we are going to see that happen. We're going to see that happen when it's out of hand and they're completely out of it. But anyways, see, this is the reason why I said we have to hurry up because
All right.
we're going to talk about. I knew we were going to talk about this game
I
for a
know.
long
I was
time.
trying not to. I
What
was
do we
trying.
got?
All right. Chicago 3, Florida 2. This was a shocker, man.
Okay, wasn't sort of because Barkov just before puck drop was told was an injured or whatever was in the foot.
Oh, okay.
Drove me nuts. Anyways,
Okay. That
okay,
hurts.
I would have
That
taken
hurts.
Chicago all day if I would have known Barkov wasn't in. But let's see who did take Chicago. It was 3-2, right?
3-2
Jacket
Chicago.
Jacket took 4-3 Panthers. Avatar 4-3 Hawks. We had a lot of Hawks. Serrano 5-3 Panthers. Mercer 4-2 Hawks. Mercer's like just I don't know what you've been drinking this week, but holy crap, dude! All over the target.
So we need to we need to rope Mercer in to have us pick lottery numbers for us or
Yeah.
something.
Projo is 3-2 Panthers. Ulysses is 4-2 Panthers. H&R 4-1 Panthers. Everybody else was Panthers. CL had
Wow.
6-3. I had 3-1 Panthers, and Serling was in at that time and had 3-1 Panthers. So, um, like I said, I didn't get to watch. Did you watch any of this? Because I know you got all the games now. But
Yeah. I did watch some of this. I was quite impressed here with how Chicago played. I mean, look, the rebuild, right? But Patrick Kane looked really well, and it didn't look like Florida was able to do anything about it. You know what I mean?
Uh,
And it was a pretty good game, though. I mean, all things considered, it was 3-2, so it was a pretty good game from what I was watching of it. You know what I mean? It seemed competitive. It seemed really good. I mean, Chicago is looking better. Florida is nowhere near where we thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season. We thought that Florida was going to be sniffing the bottom of the barrel, and here they
uh,
are at the top.
I don't think Joe and I think Joe had him almost in the playoffs, and I was pretty close. So I wasn't. I don't know
Yeah,
about
but
that,
but, but we
but
were on the fence with them.
most people thought they were going to be right out of it, and they're certainly.
And same thing with Chicago. And same thing with Chicago. We all
Yeah,
thought, well, Chicago,
yeah,
because we thought their goaltending was going to be suspect with,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And
yeah.
boy, that just hasn't been the
Yeah, that
case.
I was way off on Chicago, no doubt about that for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I think we all were a little
I
bit on
really
that one.
thought Florida was going to be better than Chicago, and they're right as of right now they're about even. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
That,
when
that's
you,
going to be that's going to be a tough fight for
yeah,
those playoff spots in that division. I think that's going to be probably the most tough division to call. That in the West, I think.
yeah, but
Yeah.
when you take Barkov out of that lineup, it doesn't look too good. You got Wenberg as the number one center. Uh, like really, who else? Noel Achari. You know, he got a couple points last night. I mean, they can fill in, but it puts a pretty big hole in that lineup. So, not much. I mean, the fact that they almost won it is pretty good. I mean, you take anybody's top line center out just before game time. It's a
Yeah,
challenge.
that's going to be
And
tough to
and, and
kind of.
Chicago's not going to let it go. You know, the thing about Chicago is that they're not going to let you win. Like you're going to have to beat Chicago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's what's
That,
so impressive about Chicago is you're going to have to beat them.
exactly. And
Oh,
that's one of the things that I like about what's going on here with Chicago is their work ethic.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And how they're still able to just keep plugging, keep banging, keep plugging, keep banging, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I've been impressed with how Chicago's played. So hey man, more power to you guys. All right.
What we were talking about with Philadelphia, we'll go back there a little bit. Now, Chicago, we talk about how Philly doesn't have the big players, blah blah blah. Neither does Chicago. Kubalik is not big. Strom is not big. Kurashev is not big. Pius Suter is small, small. Kane is not big. DeBrincat is not big. None of these guys are big. But they've got heart. What Philadelphia doesn't have is heart. And that's it. They have.
Chicago has something else too that Philly doesn't have, and that's shooters.
Shoot, yes, they do. That you have a very good point. They have high percentage shooters too. Absolutely.
Okay, and all the Flyers players are playmakers the size of Danny Briere. I mean,
Uh,
I'm paraphrasing here,
starting with
obviously.
their captain, Giroux.
I mean, when I'm sorry, I'm a little bit of the old school ilk where I like to see guys that are taller than 6'1"
Sure.
and weigh 200 pounds.
Yeah.
To me, that's a hockey
But if they
player.
don't have heart, I mean, I'd rather take a small guy with heart than a big
See,
guy with heart.
exactly.
Absolutely.
All right, so we got Detroit versus Nashville, and I did not check any of this game out. I didn't get any chance to do anything with this game here, but this was 2-0. Nashville blanked the Red Wings 2-0.
Nashville blanked the Red Wings 2-0. Right. Okay.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
I think we have a lot of Wings people here. Jacket took the Wings 3-2. Serrano took the Wings 4-2. Avatar was in at the time. Took 3-1 Wings. Ulysses 7-1 Predators. CL 3-1 Predators. What was the score? 2-0, right?
2-0. Yep.
4-1 CL, or sorry, Joe Projo with 4-1 Preds. Ulysses 3-2 Preds. Rad was in the chat at the time. 4-2 Wings. And Perlo was 2-1. Oh, so close.
Oh, oh.
2-1 Predators. So close. So close.
I know.
Uh,
You know, the battle of the bottoms.
the Battle of the Bottoms. Not really much to talk about this game. I don't know if anybody ever had watched this. I imagine it was fairly boring.
Well, here's the thing, though. Nashville's got a lot of names floating around for
Yeah.
potential trades coming up here. So Nashville might be on the other end of selling. So you might see some of their players move, and you might see some things happen there.
Maybe,
But
but they're starting to make a little noise for a possible playoff spot if they keep on winning like they're winning on a quite the regular basis right now. And
okay, but they only have 31 points.
yeah, how far are they back out of it right now?
Well, if they only have 31 points and the teams that are ahead of them have 45,
Well, I
46.
could find out for you. Let's look at.
I mean, I guess that's not rocket
Yeah, I don't
science
think they're
here.
that far back, if I remember correctly.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, dude, they have 24 points. Oh no,
Detroit,
wait, Nashville has
Detroit,
31.
31,
Right.
and who's ahead of them?
Nashville has 31. Columbus has 33.
Okay,
Chicago has 35.
there you go. That's not that far
But
behind.
then Florida has 44, Carolina has 45, and Tampa Bay has 50.
Okay, yeah, but
Okay.
they only got to catch Chicago, right? Chicago.
Yeah, well, they're 4 points back from
Well, there
Chicago.
you go. So they can still do it. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
they can. Yeah, okay. There is the chance for them to do that. Whether or not that actually happens, that's a different
As long
story.
as there's a possibility, they're not going to be sellers right now
Right.
because they were never going to be sellers in the beginning of the year. So maybe Poyle will say, you know what, we're not good enough. Even if we make it, we'll sell off. It's possible. It's just never. I've never thought of him as that kind of guy to do that sort of thing. But
Yeah, I'm with
you never know. Okay.
you. Okay.
Uh,
Tampa Bay rematch. Tampa Bay rematch for Dallas here on this one, and it was 2-1
Tampa Bay.
for
Yes. Okay.
Tampa Bay.
2-1. Okay, Avatar.
Tampa Bay.
Oh, Avatar had 5-1 bolts. Jacket had 3-1 bolts. Mercer had 4-2 bolts. Serrano had 3-2 bolts. Everybody had the bolts here, except for one person. CL had 3-0 bolts. Ulysses had 5-2. Star. Who was that? I don't know who that was. Somebody had 5-3 bolts. Rad had 3-2 Dallas, and Perlo had 4-1 bolts. So nobody got it. So,
Okay, well, there you go. But everybody picked the Bolts, though, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
what?
Here's the thing.
Dallas looks like
Dallas
they're
is going to
almost
be
out of
one of
it.
those teams. Yeah, but they have so many games in hand that once they start catching up, then I want to start seeing what's going to happen with Dallas. Because when you have 7 games in hand, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. But I
You,
mean, they're trying to catch Chicago, right? And how many points are they back from them?
well, now you're going to make me go back to there again now.
I was going to look at that
Okay.
too, so I should.
So Dallas has 28 points right now.
Right.
Okay. And Nashville has 31, Columbus has 33, and Chicago has 35.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, a 10 game, they have, let's see, they have 29. So they have 4 games in hand for Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. So they play Chicago 2 or 3 times and beat Chicago and take those points that you see what I
Yeah, they
mean,
can
right?
do it, but right now they got to get their winning percentage above 1.483.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is it's not that they have the games in hand; it's that they're not winning the games that they're
Right.
and and
Yes,
they're not looking good. And that a lot of it has to do with the Sagan being injured and Radulov is back on the injured reserve. Like
I was just going to say,
Dallas has been played a bad hand all year so far, and
agreed.
they just can't
Their
seem to
opening
build
COVID,
themselves
the
up.
number of injuries that they've had to deal with, and
Yeah,
the amount of time that they missed at the beginning of the season because of COVID and all that. Yeah, I'm with you.
yeah, and
But
who Dobin has been not very good most.
not right. Exactly. But hey, how about Vasilevsky? 12-game streak.
Uh,
Wow, man. All
yeah,
right.
12-game winning streak. Wow.
Yeah, he might be my top star of the week, maybe if he keeps on going. Anyway,
Mercer
little preview
said
there.
I put it out there. I said, "What do you think Dallas should do at the deadline?" And he said Dallas isn't a terrible or desperate situation. A good goal scorer or a goalie would a goalie. I don't know about a goalie because Ottinger
Well,
looks really good. Hudobin,
yeah,
trading Hudobin, we mentioned that already. Like
yeah, but I think
you
you,
might as well get some assets for Hudobin now.
yeah, but you'd be better off trading Bishop once Bishop comes back. It
Yeah,
would be better getting rid of Bishop than Hudobin, I think.
I don't think you're going to get rid of Bishop until he's played at least a year without getting injured. So so
Shoot.
Hudobin was not was got in the doghouse with bonus with something tick bonus right off, and I have a feeling he's going to be on the way out. I don't think
Really? Nope.
he hasn't been the same ever since that
Yeah,
happened. He hasn't been the
that's
same
true.
ever since that happened.
That's true.
Okay,
That's true.
what do we got? We have
All
five
right.
minutes left.
We got the Colorado Avalanche versus the Arizona Coyotes. That was Colorado 4, Arizona 5. That was the final in the shootout.
Okay, Colorado four, Arizona. Oh yeah, Arizona won. Nobody had this. Nobody had Arizona winning that.
Really?
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I was not heavy on them. I didn't put I wasn't heavy on Colorado because of that Johansson kid. But we'll talk about that in a
Yeah.
second. Jacket 5-2, Mercer 6-1, Avatar 4-2, CL 3-1, Projo 3-1, Ulysses 5-1, and I was 3-2. No, 4-3 Avalanche. So the thing was that Johansson kid that they picked up from Buffalo. The
Yeah.
that I don't know if you know that one Buffalo announcer. He's funny. Like he's had some of the best calls ever, and he's been doing it for 20 years. He's got this raspy voice that just suits Buffalo really well. And
Okay. I'll
anyways,
trust you.
he's fantastic. He's really good. He said on, and he's one of the few guys that do the play-by-plays that can get away with saying something like this, and everybody goes, okay, whatever. He said during his thing that Johansson was of doing play-by-play for Buffalo. Johansson was the worst goaltender he'd ever seen put on a Buffalo uniform.
Wow.
That's
That doesn't really give you warm and fuzzies, does it?
Hey Avatar, how you doing,
What,
my
what,
friend? No, it doesn't give you warm and fuzzy.
when you trade that away and you get such a ringing endorsement from the place that you just came from.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah, like you traded that to Colorado. Now they got a sixth round pick for it. But for him to say that, I mean, he has been calling games as however long. I've never heard him.
yeah.
He does have an opinion about a lot of things. I'll give him that. But I mean, that's a pretty. Johansson was pretty bad in the games I saw. But he not only said in games. He said he couldn't stop pucks in practice even. So yeah,
And why would you trade for
no,
somebody
they
like
didn't
that?
trade for him. They traded him away. They traded him
Okay.
Buffalo.
No,
This
no.
what
But who? But that's what I'm saying. Colorado picked this guy
they
up.
obviously think they can do something with the kid. They have a problem because South doesn't look like he's going to be back. So for a sixth round
Yeah.
pick, they thought they'd roll the dice with this kid because he's young. He's a young play. He's a young goaltender.
And maybe that new environment might be that kick in the pants for him, and you know what
Yeah,
I mean, like,
but he was the reason why they lost last night. No question about it. He,
oh yeah, they lost in the shootout.
yeah, and the shootout Deke that
Should have never happened.
whoever it was the last goal of the shootout, I can't remember who it was. Johansson looked completely lost as to what that guy was going to do at all. He was way behind. He didn't look good. Anyways, it's the reason why I wasn't big on the Avalanche last night because I heard about that and I'm like, can this Johansson kid hold out? Uh, 'Cause
Apparently not.
he played in Buffalo a lot after Hutton got hurt and everything. He still hasn't had his first win in the NHL yet. I don't know how many.
Doesn't look like didn't happen last night. Anyway,
Doesn't look like it's
so
going to
the
happen.
yeah, the New York Islanders versus the Boston Bruins was postponed, and I guess they're calling for the game to be played here on Thursday. So we're hoping and
Oh,
praying
okay.
that that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Get
So they
basketball.
are scheduled. Yeah, they're scheduled for the 25th, which is tomorrow for 7 o'clock face off. against the Islanders, and that's not a makeup game. That's actually part of their schedule. They'll probably do the makeup games here a little later, but for the most part, yeah, we're hoping that goes off on Thursday.
Yes. Okay. Now for a word from our sponsor. We're gonna get to the fine people at what you know more about this than I do.
Canine Country
Canine
Club
Country Club.
Resorts.
Yes.
Uh, yeah,
I
man.
wanted I
Uh,
want to get a dog just so I can take my dog here. This sounds like the coolest place ever. Really, I do want to get
oh
a
yeah.
dog anyways, but I definitely am all
Okay.
over this.
Oh, they'd love to
I
have you.
told Caroline about it, and she was like, "That would be freaking." I would. She doesn't even want to go on vacation. She wants to go there and hang out with the dog and watch. She wants that to be the vacation. That's what
Yeah, there
I was
you
like.
go.
That
Hey,
sounds that would be
all
pretty
right.
cool. But anyways, talking about all that, think about it while you're watching the fine programming coming up. We're going to be back in 4 minutes, and we're going to be doing your picks again. The finest time in the land. All right. Talk to you in a bit.
Greetings. This is Steel Flyers from the Steel Flyers All Sports Network, and we have two very special guests. We are delighted to be joined by Tracy Musser and Nicole Howard from the Canine Country Club Resorts. Tracy and Nicole are both managers for CCC Resorts and work at the Windsor or at the club, one of two locations both in Manheim, Pennsylvania. Congratulations on your 30th year anniversary of being in business. Let me start off by saying this. Steel Flyer stands behind this company 100%. Taken care of Steel Flyer's furry friend for the last 2 years now, and they are a one-stop shop for everything your furry friend needs. In fact, let's find out what our friends at CCC Resorts offer. Nicole, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. What are some of the great boarding services that you guys offer, and what do we have to do in order to get our furry friends taken care of when we are unable to travel with them?
Well, we like to bring everybody in for a tour first. That way they can see the behind the scenes, they can see where they stay, they can see where they play, and then we explain all of the fun things that we can add on to their reservation, whether it be one of our packages, either a nature walk, a ball time, or even a cuddle time.
Oh, wow, that sounds great. Boy, it sure sounds like a resort to me. So how are you today, Tracy?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Tracy, tell me, is it true that you guys have both an indoor and an outdoor pool at the Windsor location?
It is true. We've got one of each, so we're able to offer year-round swimming. The indoor pool is a great option for dogs who are swimming for therapy or rehab. It's got that sloped entry so they can wade into the water. Our outdoor pool is a little bit larger and it's 4 foot deep the whole way across. And both of them are saltwater pools, so it's really easy on the dog's skin and coat.
Wow, that's very awesome. So then during the summer months, you have a much deeper pool outside and then a sloped entry shallow pool indoors for the dogs. Tracy, tell the folks how we can get some pool time.
Well, the first thing everyone does is come for an intro swim. We use that time to make sure the dog is comfortable in the water. We make sure they know how to get out of the pool safely, and we go over all the pool rules and etiquette with the clients as well. After that, they're able to schedule private appointments where they have the pool to themselves, or they can invite friends and have a whole group swim going on.
So after a dip in the pool, then it would have to be off to the groomers, right? I mean, our furry friends cannot go out looking their best. Nicole, what are some of the great services your top notch groomers provide?
Our groomers, they specialize in full service grooms. We can do the basics, whether it be just a bath and a brush out or a blowout. Or for the extra pampered pooches, we can do nail dremels, we can do deodorizing soaks, and also facials.
Wow, man, that sounds like a resort if you ask me. Tracy, I know one of the main programs here at CCC Resorts is the WAGS program. The Steel Flyers dog is enrolled in this program. So why don't you tell the folks what is involved in this and how they can get enrolled?
Yeah, the WAGS program is our primary daycare option at the Windsor. It's designed to be a structured program for people who are looking for a set routine for their dog. They all come on the same days each week, which allows them to have set friends, and we know exactly what's going on with each group. So we do a little bit more activities and we build more into their daily routine there. But we've got other daycare options as well for people looking for a little less commitment. We do an hourly care where you can drop them off and just pay by the hour. We also do a day stay option, which is great for the dogs that prefer human friends instead of making friends with other dogs. And then we have a traditional daycare option as well if you're looking for the occasional outing for your dog.
Wow, there you have it. a full-service groomer, a daycare program, and an indoor and outdoor pool. What more could you ask for? Sure seems like CCC Resorts has everything covered. Remember, DOG, depend on God.
Back again. All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. Now we're going to be getting to the picks for today. We had a lot of fun stuff going on today, and a lot of ranting. Now time for the fun. It was the ranting is
No,
fun
there
as
was
well.
no ranting. There was no ranting. No, no, there was no ranting. But the first game we got on the docket is going to be, how about that, ladies and gentlemen? The Calgary Flames versus the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah, and that's
This
coming up
game is
right
going to
away.
kick off soon. Yeah, this game's kicking off here soon.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Let's see here. Gosh, Calgary's been playing a lot better ever since the coaching change. They're 15 and 3. Senators are not. I mean, they beat them the last time 2-1. The Senators beat the Flames. That was just on the 22nd. So it seems like teams have each had 2 days rest here. Then they're going to be playing back again at each other. I'm going to go with Calgary, 3-2.
Okay, you're going Flames 3-2. I'm gonna.
Oh wait, no, I can't. Avatar did
Well,
Calgary
you
3-2. All
can. You
right.
can do whatever you want, but if you want,
Well, that. All right.
it,
I'll go 3-1. I'll go 3-1.
Steel takes Flames 3-1. We do have, because we didn't want to be splitting necklaces and stuff like that. That's why we got Helen to get our people to work on some extra swag there with.
There you go.
So now if there's a tie,
Okay.
we have some extra stuff. Anyways, they all want to know. They all want to know who's going to be in goal first. And let's see if there's any updates on that, because I think it's going to be funky. They still haven't put. If the game is coming up right away and they still haven't said who's going to be in net yet. That drives
But they
me
got.
nuts. You want to talk
I
about, forget
know.
about firing refs. Fire people to tell people when there's a, you want to be good with the people in the betting thing. Tell your coaches that they got to have their goaltenders up at least 2 hours before game time. Oh, okay. This
So
is
where do
another
you
break.
go to see who starts?
It's I go to left wing lock. There's other ones off, and then I go to
Okay.
NBC Sports for the injury updates, which I'm about to do right now. Calgary has. Well, we better do a quick refresh because things can change so fast. No, Brett Ritchie and Joachim Nordstrom, they can live without those guys. And who are they playing again? Ottawa, right?
Yeah.
Ottawa has Austin Watson, Joey Decord, like
Yeah.
all their goaltenders, and so that's really why that is.
Okay.
Okay, and as far as both of them, the last game, Calgary had just come off a back-to-back against Toronto, and I thought they were going to have a very difficult time. This Gustafsson kid is Gustafsson. I Whenever these new like young guys come up and they play their first game, teams don't have a read on them, right? So I actually liked Ottawa the last game and they won, but this time I think they'll have some. Now they have some video on this goaltender kid, and they probably got a sat down and found his weakness and all that kind of stuff like that. And I think that Calgary will probably win this one. But let's see what everybody else has got.
Looks like everybody else is picking the Flames too. You got Avatar 3-2 Flames.
Flames 3-2.
All right, you got Jacket picking Calgary 4-1.
Flames 4-1.
You got Kyle Mercer picking 4-3 Flames. You got the great Joey, what's up?
Joey Serrano over here.
4-2 Flames, 4-2 Flames for Big Joey.
Serrano over here. You gotta say.
And Go Caps has got 4-2 Flames.
What is Serrano has 4-2?
Yeah, 4-2 Flames. Go Caps has 4-2 Flames.
Go Caps.
And Sasha has 3-1 Flames.
Sasha in the house. Well, he commented on my Twitter today, actually, too.
I know.
Yeah, Sasha 3-1 Flames.
Yeah, man. We really appreciate all the support you guys give us, man. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's why we keep trying to give you all the good stuff, man. You know, this because Perlo, he's top shelf.
Mercer
right?
has got 4-3 Flames, top shelf, I guess.
Perlo's top shelf.
Yeah, which basically I'm just inconvenient.
Nah, man,
I used to say that all the time.
Cool.
I'm top shelf. It doesn't mean I'm good. I'm just very inconvenient.
There you go. Okay. All right. The next game is the Minnesota Wild playing against the Anaheim Ducks. Okay, and this game is kicking off soon, too. This is going at 5:30.
Yeah. Yeah. Wild versus Wild at the Wild. Is it?
No,
is it,
Anaheim.
It's Anaheim
at Wild.
Anaheim at
Wild.
Ducks.
And they played 2 days ago, and the Wild won this game 2-1.
Oh, I didn't do a pick for the game for the.
Perlo. How about that? We skipped right over the great top shelf Perlo.
I'm taking the Flames as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're taking the Flames?
Yeah,
really?
Okay.
Gosh, that was tough.
Yeah, because I already basically said I was going to.
I mean,
I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to say 5-2. 5-2. Why not? Let's go a little nutty today. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Jack.
So I'll write that down, but let's go through because we got lots of time now. This will never take an hour to do. Because how many games is there? 6, 5? 5 or 6 games today?
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 games, and one of them's.
Yeah, so we got lots of time. So we'll talk about these teams and stuff. We can talk about them in depth. First, though, we'll look.
So we got Minnesota and Anaheim, right?
And
so the last time
Talbot
they played,
is confirmed.
Okay. And right now, Minnesota is playing. They have 39 points. They're 30, 19, and 10. Okay, they're in third place in the West, the Honda West.
Yeah. Yeah.
And man, I'll tell you what, I like what Minnesota's been doing, and I'm really impressed with how they've been playing and how Zuccarella's been playing and Pacioretty's been playing. I just really like this team, and I'm going with Minnesota.
Okay.
All day on this one, and I'll go 2-1.
2-1 again?
Minnesota.
2-1 again? That was what the score was last time.
Yeah. That's why I'm going 2-1.
4-1 Wild for Jacket. Hoffman has 4-2 Wild.
Joey has Wild 3-2. Mercer has the shutout. Mercer's going Wild 2-0.
Has 3-2 Wild. Who has 2-0. Oh, Mercer.
Kyle Mercer
He
has the
thinks
2-0 shutout.
Talbot's gonna lay.
Wah, wah,
Talbot's gonna
wah.
lay down the shutout, is he?
Ding, ding, bring it, ding, ding, bring it. Avatar 6-2 Wild.
6-2 Wild. Okay.
Woo! You know what? This game here has the makings of one that I might have to take a look at. Even though I know it's probably going to be more of a Minnesota-sided type of game, I want to watch this game just because I want to see how things go. I want to see the team play. I want to see how things roll.
Well, the Wild, I wouldn't, maybe you could call it a tailspin, I suppose. They kind of had a back turn when Foligno's injured now, right? And we know we talk about the Folignos a lot.
Yeah,
He's sort of like the spiritual leader of that team, emotional leader of that team, whatever you want to call it. And now
spiritual leader, that works.
Dumba got hurt, and Dumba's big for that team as well. And then they got spanked by the Avalanche like 5-1, and then they came out against Anaheim on their game back, feeling maybe a little low on themselves, and then you go up against an Anaheim team, and when I found when I played when I was our team was blown out, if things don't go well right away against a team, it doesn't matter who the team is, it takes a while to go, okay, this is just, get our heads into the game, get into the realization that we're good again. We're trying to find reasons why we're good again because we're in that icky, we just got blew out. It doesn't feel good, right? That's why I think that's why I really would love our team to have a Foligno type guy. That's what we're looking for here. We need that guy. Folignos are so huge for an organization, or guys like that. Stone in Vegas. Forget about the fact that he's a 100-point player. I mean, you add that on top of it. But,
I can't forget about that. I covet that.
Fantasy hockey next year. Oh, you know what, Sasha? I'll tell you what, sir. For fantasy hockey next year, I've been asked this question a lot about doing fantasy hockey next year. And,
really?
Yes. And I'll tell you what, you tell all your friends, you post this all over your social media, you get 100 you get 100 concurrent viewers here on this show. And I will, not because I don't like fantasy hockey, I do. I won't have to do anything but this show if we do that. And if that's the case, then I will do fantasy hockey. Because fantasy hockey is a lot of work.
Okay.
It's a lot of work.
Jacket says he's in.
All right.
Did you get Go Caps? He has 3-2 Wild.
Go Caps.
And Hockey News Reports has 3-2 Wild.
Go Caps has 3-2 Wild. And
NHL Reports has 3-2 Wild.
Oh, Hockey News Reports.
Okay, let me say this, Sasha, okay? Doing this is a lot of work. Putting together all these shows and putting together all this talent and wrangling all these folks. I'd have to agree with Perlo. I don't even play fantasy football. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very, very, very old school. I care about the logo on the front, not the name on the back.
Yeah. Okay.
So to me, when I sit down to cheer for a team, I want to cheer for the team, not for the player.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I got you.
So
I personally would love to do fantasy for hockey. I would love it. It looks so much fun. I would definitely love it. But it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time.
See, and this is how I know because
I would love to do it.
Yeah,
for sure. I would love to do it.
My wife was part of a fantasy football team. So all the gals at church would get together and all the wives, right? And they formed the it was the No Hairy Legs League. Right? So there was no men allowed, right? It was just all women. Okay, so they did it, and I would constantly be getting, hey, what do you think about this player? Hey, what do you think about this player? Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and we'd end up spending 2-3 hours, a week on who's going to be in for the fantasy team.
Victoria 4-3.
Hey, Victoria, welcome.
Yeah, and she got 4-1 cents going off the board. Woo!
Okay.
Nice. Nice. Good job. Yeah. So yeah, I know what you mean, but yeah, not to put. I'm with you, dude. I would love to do. I'd love to do fantasy stuff on here. It would be the best, but it does take a lot of time. So, and we're gonna get there. Don't get me wrong. By next year, we can. I think we can do fantasy on here. I think we can, for sure. The way things are going
That
here,
sounds pretty good. I'm down.
with the programming of Off the Wall John, the Goat, and Joe, and everybody, and the way things are expanding in the Steel Flyers network, man. Easy, we'll be there. Easy.
Okay, so there you go. You heard it there
So
first.
we got a goal here. We got a goal here. Next year we'll be doing fantasy on here.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. Hold on. We haven't gotten that far yet, Victoria. Jeez.
Oh, we haven't got there yet, Victoria.
Yeah. Giving us all the picks. All right. Okay. We have to catch up now to the chat. They're way ahead of us now.
Yeah. We only have two more games, right? So we're gonna have a lot of conversation.
No, we have 3 more games. We have the Buffalo Sabres versus the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay, let's do that.
That's our next game.
Let's do that now.
Okay. All right. So, this isn't. You're about to hear me say some good things about Pittsburgh. Write this down. Record
I've heard this more than once, actually. You're starting to do this a little too often. I might have to get you a medic or something.
They're playing against Buffalo, and they're probably going to still be without Malkin, I believe.
Yes.
But this team has just been playing much better. They got 40 points, 32 wins, 32, 19, and 11. Or 32, 19. Let me try this again. 19, 11, and 2. They have 32 games played with 40 points. So they're third in the division. Yeah. You can't argue that, man. They're 4 points ahead of Boston, and they're ahead of Philadelphia.
And they're playing against Dustin Tokarski.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh, their last 22 games, 23 games are going to be against Buffalo.
Yes,
and New Jersey, and
I do believe they've only won 3 of their last 4 games, though.
True, but
Pittsburgh.
Okay, but I think this is going to be Pittsburgh all day. This 6-1.
Could be. Tokarski. I mean, Tokarski's one of those guys that you love to root for. He's a goaltender with size that shouldn't be a goaltender, like somewhere along the line.
Like he doesn't even have to get down into the butterfly, and he covers the whole net.
No, he is about as big as a butterfly.
Okay, there you go.
And nobody could tell him otherwise, and he made it to the NHL. He's amazing. He's an amazing prodigy of a player. Like, I think sometimes we don't underline the amazingness of anybody making the NHL for any time, right?
Agreed. Yeah, because that's not an easy road to hoe at all, just to make it to the NHL.
No. You are an incredibly talented human being if you make it at all. And this guy did it when nobody should do it at his size, right? Especially in this NHL. And now he's going back again. He played in Montreal for a while. He kind of banged around the league for a while. He's been gone for a long time. He went to Europe, came back, and here he is getting another shot again. It's like an emotional, uplifting thing. You think that the Sabres players could rally behind this and maybe do something here. It actually almost gets me a little concerned. But they didn't do it last game, and I think they're going to have a very difficult time doing it this game too. Brandon Tanev is out, and of course, it would help if Buffalo had... the thing about this too is tomorrow, I hear they're going to be getting Linus Ullmark back, their number 1 goaltender, Buffalo. So if they were going to play their butt off or something, this would be the one to play for this guy.
This game.
But this game for this guy, for Tokarski to get a win right now.
Because now it's a new coach.
Yeah.
Now it's a new coach up in Buffalo now, too.
Right. But they got Carter Hutt. They got Okposo injured, Colin Miller injured, Tobias Reeder injured.
I'm with you.
Of course, Eichel. I mean, this roster, they might try as hard as they can and still not be able to win. against a Pittsburgh team that I don't think is going to be taking them lightly because they just lost 3 of their last 4.
Exactly.
They shouldn't be taking anybody lightly here when you just lost 3 of your last 4. I think 2 of them were against New Jersey, right?
They were, yeah.
Which you should be beating. So, okay, well, let's go look at Avatar. Avatar. So, and you haven't given your pick for this one, right?
6-1.
Oh, yeah. Pens. Steel. 6-1 Penguins.
Go Caps is 4-1 Pens. Did you get Hockey News reports for the hot take? He's picking 5-2
Yes.
Sens. Okay.
Oh, 5-2 Sens?
Yeah, 5-2 Sens.
I thought it was 3-2 Sens. Was it 5-2 Sens?
5-2 Sens. I'm reading now.
Okay,
Jacket is picking the Sabres 5-4. You go, Jacket. You're braver than I am.
Jacket too. 5-4 Sabres. Wow, that would be a ridiculous win. That would start making us look correct again all over again. Because we would have had, because we said the Penguins weren't going to win.
Right.
This year. They weren't going to make the playoffs.
Joey got Pittsburgh 5-2.
Joe Serrano 5-2 Penguins.
And I think Victoria had to leave.
Victoria had to leave. Okay.
I think we got Hockey News Reports has 4-2 Sabres. Hot take.
4-2 Sabres. Okay, he went with the Sabres in the hot take.
Kyle Mercer 5-1 Pens.
Mercer 5-1 Penguins.
Avatar 5-3 Pens.
Okay.
Sasha is 3-0 Pens.
I got Sasha already.
You did? Okay.
I got Avatar already, actually, too.
Okay. All right, cool.
Perlo. Now,
Perlo.
The Penguins have had a difficult time scoring as of late.
And Malkin is still out.
Malkin is still out. But they're going up against Tatarski, a pretty good... what's that?
And Kapanen has been playing better, too.
Yeah, this year he certainly has.
No, but I mean, as of late, even though Malkin's not been in, he's been still playing better now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm really kind of all over on this. I just can't get past the fact that Tokarski is in. He's just not an NHL caliber goaltender now at this stage of his career. He's not even young. Like, he's older too. So he's quick with his feet. He's fun to watch. Tonight, if you get a chance, watch him.
Okay.
You're gonna root for him because he's like a little video game goaltender. He's like wah, 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 like
on the joystick,
sort of ninja like. His legs go all over the place.
There you go.
You feel like there should be like some Mario music in the background or something.
There you go. Some Nintendo music playing in the background.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so,
I'm going to say 5. Somebody have 5-2 already?
Probably.
5-2 Pens.
Okay. You know you were going to say it. Just spit it out. I mean, come on. It's the Buffalo Sabres. They have won 6 games. 6.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And, gosh, I think 2 of them are against the Flyers. Anyway.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That says something right there.
That says a lot right there. All right. Yeah. Next game is the Winnipeg Jets versus Vancouver Canucks.
By the way, anybody that's new in here, all you do is you just say who you think's going to win the game, put what the score is going to be, and tomorrow you come back in the chat. Now I don't know if you know this, Steele. You have to be in the chat to receive the fabulous prizes.
Of course. I
So,
get it.
yeah.
But I can still monitor from afar just to count anyway, which is what I do anyhow. So.
Right. So the next game is Jets.
Hey, did you get Hockey News Reports 6-4 Sabres?
Hockey News Reports. I thought he had 4-2 Sabres already. 6-4 Sabres. Okay, cool. Jets versus Canucks.
Yep.
The big thing for this game here is, as far as I'm concerned, is that Bo Horvat is a game time decision.
Okay.
And that can leave Vancouver without Pedersen, whatever you want to say, and Horvat. They're top two centers. So that's the first thing I would say. But this year when they say it's game time decisions, they almost always play. So take that as whatever you want to take it as. But,
okay. We'll see.
While you're talking, I'll go look at gold.
It seems like they're still going to be without Bailey and Bagel.
Beagle, yeah. Beagle, they can live without Beagle. I mean, he's great to have. He's a great face-off guy. And, he does a lot of good things. But Washington really missed him when he left. He won a cup with Washington.
Okay, so there you go. All right. The last time these teams played was...
It's Hellebuck versus
just 2 days ago.
Just
2 days ago.
Yeah.
And the Jets blanked them 4-0.
Yeah. Vancouver was just coming back from an East Coast swing. So they came in, got home,
an
did
East
all their
Coast
stuff.
swing. That's like Coast Toronto and Montreal now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, Toronto. So that's right across. That's all the way across Canada. 3 time zones, all the way here. Then think about this for a second when we're doing picks and thinking about who's going to win. This guys went all the way across Canada. Then you get home, and if you're married or you have girlfriends or whatever, you got to go home. You've been gone for a week and a half. You know how it is, right? So they're human. They got children. They got their whatever they got to do for their house, families, lives, all that stuff like that. And you got a game tomorrow at the same time. So you got to get your mind off of whatever's going on, whatever it is you're in your family, which can be great, it can be bad, it can be whatever. And then back into shape again with 3 hours jet lag and everything and play a game. That's why I had Winnipeg the last game.
Okay. I think this is going to be more of a factor next year, where teams are going to be traveling more outside of, it's one thing to go from one end of Canada to the other, but it's another thing to go from one end of Canada to the other end of the United States.
Yeah. But usually when they do that, you got a couple days off when you have an 82
Well, and it
game
seems
schedule.
like that's what they're doing here, where they fly them across the country and then they give them 2 days before they have to play their next game.
But they don't do that here now, because
that's what they did.
It's too
for this game. But for this game, they did. Yeah. They flew back, and now they had 2 days since the last time they played. Now there's...
they flew back, played after 1 day, and now had 2 days, and now are playing. So in this game, Vancouver's got their legs about them. They solved their home. They got
that
settled.
Was a heck of a long way around to say that.
They got settled at home and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. Right. That was a heck of a long way around to say that we think Vancouver's going to have their legs tonight.
Yeah, they should have their legs tonight.
I'm sorry.
But they won't have the Horvat legs possibly tonight, and that's what concerns me.
So does that mean you're picking them?
I don't know yet. This is one of the toughest picks for me tonight. This is really tough. It will be Hellebuck versus Demko. Demko's a beast this year. Now, remember we said that was going to be, and then he kind of struggled early, but I think the whole team did. And now you remember Demko in the playoffs, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he's basically like he was then, and Connor Hellebuck is back to his normal self now. So you got 2 great goaltenders in this. And I'm just trying to check to see if they have any indication, which I'm sure they won't, whether Horvat will be in. No.
Well, here's the situation, okay?
Game time decision.
Winnipeg is now 5 points ahead of Vancouver
Yeah,
and is in third place.
yeah,
Okay, they're 19, 11, and 2, and Vancouver is 16, 17, and 3.
yeah.
So if Vancouver, they're 5 points back, they're 3 points back. I'm sorry, 2 points back from Montreal for the fourth spot, but they're 5 points back from the team they're playing tonight, Winnipeg. We didn't really know how Winnipeg was going to pan out this year, and we weren't really sure where Vancouver was going to be. We thought it was going to be reversed, where we thought Vancouver might have had a better year and Winnipeg not so much. That doesn't seem to be the case this year. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take Winnipeg, and I'm gonna go 3-1.
Okay, Steele is taking Jets, or 3-1 Jets. Now we'll go through all of our fine people here.
Okay. Hockey News Reports has 4-3 Jets.
Hockey News Reports has 4-3 Jets.
Avatar has 4-1 Jets.
4-1 Jets. Wow, lots of Jets.
Sasha 3-2 Jets.
Okay.
Kyle Mercer 4-2 Jets. Joey 3-1 Jets.
Serrano 3-1 Jets. And then
And
Rad.
C-Rad.
Rad is back in the house. Hello, welcome, Rad.
Welcome, welcome.
Thanks for coming in, buddy.
He has Vancouver 3-2. He must know something we don't.
I never said, like, I'm a little funny on Vancouver in this spot. I said they got their legs
Oh,
back,
here
right?
we go.
I'm not sure
Here
about
we
that.
go.
Avatar.
All right, hold on. Yeah, Victoria has 3-1 Canucks,
3-1.
and then put Victoria down 5-1 Pens.
5-1 Pens, okay.
Yeah, yeah, because she had to leave.
Okay. Do we have everybody then?
So C-Rad, yes. 3-2, yeah. All but yours.
Yeah, two great goaltenders. Wow. I think this is.
Should we? I think we should play the Jeopardy music.
Hmm.
Do 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 do
Yeah, I
do
don't think I can
do.
go against the Jets here, but I think it's going to be I'm going to say it's going to be an overtime, and I'm going to go 2-1 Jets. Me and O2.
All
I
right.
think Vancouver
There you
at
go.
least pulls out a point here. They're just, I feels like the desperation for Vancouver here is going to be. It's just
Yeah.
the Jets are such a strong team right now, right? Like it's
Yep.
kind of hard to go against them. They are playing as a team, incredibly as a team. They look like they're out to. When they are on the ice, they look like they're out to take on the world. Like they
You
look.
know that Dubois trade. That Dubois trade was really, I think, the key for them this year, because Line was clearly not happy. You know what I mean? And when they made that trade, and now Dubois has just been playing really well, and Winnipeg's been playing well too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Winnipeg is playing very, very well. Dubois definitely found his spot in the lineup. He's going wherever he's told to go. Uh, he's not. It's funny. It's really odd. I don't know what happened there with him and Columbus and all of that, because it almost seems like to me going to Winnipeg, he wasn't going to be the number one there. Like there
Yeah.
was talk that Dubois wanted to be the main guy and all that kind of stuff like that. Well, you weren't going to be that in Winnipeg, right?
Well, clearly that's. I mean, if he's not the number one, but he's been playing so much better
He's playing really.
with Winnipeg. That's what I
I
mean.
don't know
I
if he's
mean
playing
that
better
first
with
couple
Winnipeg. I
weeks.
think he's playing as good as he did in Columbus, honestly.
Okay,
But
but it just
he's
seems like
not
it's working.
he's not playing as much. He's found his role, and
Yeah.
I honestly, he's from Canada, and you know what? We don't talk about it here. I don't know why we don't talk about it here, because like say if a player was playing in Canada and he was from the United States, right? And he came out and said, like say for baseball, it happens sometimes. A Toronto player will come up time to move on or whatever, and he'll say, you know what, I want to go home. I want to play at home in the U.S. And nobody says, oh, I can't believe, oh, you should be just happy, oh, you know what I mean? Nobody says anything like that. They're like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. You go home. But the funny thing is, here in Canada, if Dubois would have came out and said, I just want to play in Canada, we would have been like, oh, you should just be happy to play there. You should be happy to play with the team that drafted you, all that kind of. We would say that. But on the other way, if a guy says he wants to go to the United States, we're like, okay, that makes sense. You want to go home. Weird, right?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is a human-driven sport. Humans are involved in this sport. Humans are the players. Humans are the coach. I mean, you see what I'm saying here? So you're obviously you're gonna have guys career say at home because it's closer to them for family. When there is time away from the ice, they don't have to jump through as many hoops to get back home or to get back to family, as they would if, I mean, especially now, because if you're a Canadian player and you get some time off and you want to go home, you gotta go through the quarantine and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't have a problem with a player that wants to get a deal from the hometown team. But the problem with that is that a lot of those hometown teams aren't looking for that player at that particular time during their career. They're on the back end of the career. They're older now. They're not as good or productive or whatever the case is. And now they want to come home. Well, maybe the hometown team doesn't need your services or doesn't want to get your services. I mean, it doesn't always end that way. You don't always get that chance.
But a good example is a guy that just in basketball, and we're not big basketball guys, so they're probably Leonard. Played for the Raptors, right?
Yeah. Kawhi
Leonard played for the Raptors, got traded to Toronto for 1 year. And they gave up a very good player, was one of the best players on their team.
But they won a championship.
But they won a championship on it. Now, Kawhi...
And Leonard is gone.
Kawhi quite honestly said he just wanted to go home. And he really wanted to go home too, because he wanted to go to LA, play for where he was born, right? Nobody said boo here about it. Like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. You want to go home. I never heard anybody get all like, why can't you just stay here? Because we went and grabbed you. But now if it was the other way around, you can be assured we would have said, well, you should just play for the team. Well,
let me ask you this question then. Let me preface it with this. All right. If Toronto made that deal and all that and everything, and Kawhi Leonard came and played and you didn't win the championship, and then Kawhi Leonard was like, well, yeah, man, I want to go home and play, and the team the team that I'm from offered me a contract, so I'm out.
Yeah.
So they made that sacrifice. They didn't win the championship. Would they have said something if Kawhi said yeah?
Because he said he wanted to go home. It wouldn't matter.
All right.
It wouldn't matter.
Okay.
If the guy went like in the middle of the season and said, "Oh, I don't know if I want to finish the season. I want to go home. Like I really don't want to play in Canada." Or if he just came out and said, let's say he had a no trade list and all of it was Canadian teams because he doesn't want to play in Canada he's in the United States, and it came out in the media that he had it. Nobody in Canada would have been like offended at all. They would have been like, okay, well, he's now, yeah. So it's
real quick, did you get Go Caps score?
Yeah,
did you get Go Caps?
I did.
2-3. Okay.
Okay, we have one more game, but
I
wanted to talk about that a little bit.
I know, and I didn't want to. But I wanted to make sure that we could get our last game in here.
Oh, easy. We got lots of time for it. Lots of time for it.
So the last game is the LA Kings versus the San Jose Sharks, and this is going to be played in San Jose. And the last game that they played was just 2 days ago, and the Sharks beat the Kings 2-1. Yeah. Now, both of these teams here are fighting it out.
Yeah.
The Sharks are 12, 14, and 4, and the Kings are 13, 12, and 6. The Kings have 32 points, and the Sharks have 28 points. Sharks also have a game in hand on the LA Kings. On the LA Kings as well. This is going to be such a tough game to call because with the way San Jose has been trying to play and the way LA has been playing, and look, every time San Jose is the team that I have to pick, if I pick against them, they win.
Yeah.
If I pick them, they win.
Yeah.
Or if I pick San Jose, they lose. If I don't pick San Jose, they win. So what's up with that? There's no way I'm going to win on this game. There's no way I can. I don't even know if I can pick this game. But let me say this. I think that this is going to be one of those games where you might want to watch this one because I think this one's going to have a pretty exciting game here. Both of these teams are trying to fight it out to get to that fourth and final spot that's held by St. Louis, and by St. Louis, and they really do have a chance. It's 37 points for St. Louis. The Kings have 32 points, and San Jose has 28 points. There is a possibility, and then they have to go through Arizona, which has 33 points. So, tough game to call, man. I don't even know. I can't even. Do they know who's in net? Is it going to be Quick? Is it going to be Peterson?
That's the part.
Is it going to be?
They do. It's definitely Jones, but they don't know. They're not. They haven't said anything about. They haven't said anything about goaltender for. I think it's going to be Peterson. I can't see why not. LA's got days. Sharks are my sleepers this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see what else Sasha said though? It's different here in the U.S. We would disown that player. Yeah, because
that's what I'm trying to say. The difference in
Yeah.
mentality. In Canada, we're like so forgiving for the guy that wants to go back to the United States. But if a guy leaves his team and comes back because he only wants to come back to Canada, we're like embarrassed by it. Like, well, why? He wants to go home. Why couldn't Dubois just say, I just want to go home? I just want to go to Canada. What's wrong with that? Right?
Well, how's this for
Because I think that's what it was, honestly. I think he just wanted to go home. What's that?
Well, can't argue with that. Joey's picking the Sharks. 3-2. Sasha is picking the Sharks 3-2. Or 4-2, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
4-2. Avatar's picking the Kings 4-2.
Yep, I got that.
Mercer 4-3 on the Sharks.
Go Caps has 3-2 Kings.
3-2 Kings. Dude.
Mercer?
I think this is going to be an overtime game. Maybe even a shootout. Maybe, I don't know. 4-3. I'm going to pick the Sharks 4-3. So that means the Kings are going to win.
I hope you're right because I have the Kings on this one.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Go Cap. Okay, Go Cap has 3-2. Victoria has 3-2 Kings.
Yes.
You have 4-3 Sharks.
Yes. Did you get Mercer 4-3?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool.
And
cool. All right.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game because I think Peterson's going to be in. Jones has been playing better. I'm really the total is where I'm having a hard time with. Did somebody take 3-2 Kings already? They did.
Yeah.
I'm going 4-1 Kings.
Okay.
I just think this. I really like the Kings this year, and they're starting to get
their power play and their penalty kill is way better.
Oh, Rickett is in the house. Thanks for coming in, Rickett. Sweet.
Hey.
Catching it right at the end. We're doing Kings and Sharks now, Rickett. Rickett's picks. Go check out his channel.
Thanks, Caps.
He's great.
Go Caps. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Go Caps right on. Rickett, so we got Kings and Sharks. You missed all the fun today. We talked about how the NHL dropped the ball with the whole referee stuff. just living the dream. So am I. I'm I'm talking hockey all day long. So
Can't go wrong with that, right? Jeez.
that is the dream.
So,
Literally the dream.
all right. So you're stalling, okay? You're
What?
stalling.
Why? I
Who
did
did you
my
pick?
I did pick. I
Oh, you
said
did.
Kings 4-1.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I missed it. And all my excitement, I missed it.
It was Kings 4-1.
Okay.
Rickett has Kings 4-2.
Ooh, there you go. Kings 4, Sharks 2. Yeah. Just like
NHL is just
yeah.
like any other sport with ref. Who is playing? Who is all it is?
Who is paying
Who?
who?
Oh, is all it
Who
is.
is paying who? Yeah, like okay.
I get you.
All right.
I just like I don't even care. Okay, I'm not saying you don't fire a ref or whatever. I'm just saying that this made them because they reacted the way they did. They just look stupid because it just comes off unless they come out afterwards and explain it. To me, it just comes off like they're acting like they didn't know it was happening. Like, is it really? But that
We
was
didn't see nothing.
you
We
gotta
we
be
didn't see
kidding
we
me. Oh my gosh. There's what? They're doing what down there?
yeah.
We can't have. Shut up. It just really bugs me. It really bugs me.
Perlo, it's like this. We didn't see nothing. Really. Really, we didn't see nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
coming.
That's right.
We didn't see nothing.
Yeah, and now we're all
Yeah,
offended
whatever.
by it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
CL,
right.
we got some time here. You can put some picks in CL. What the heck? What?
Yeah, go, man.
Sabres Penguins. Go ahead. Same as you, Rickett. We got a little time. We got 10 minutes. We're having a little
Thank you,
conflab
Sasha. Appreciate
afterwards.
it.
You can do.
Yeah, you watching baseball on your third monitor. Yeah. Uh, so I got his screen. I got the show here, and then I got the NHL stuff on my third screen. So.
Wow. Yeah, I find myself multitasking now a lot while I'm doing this too.
See, we need to get you some more screens, man. You need more screens so you can
Yes.
have all your windows open so you don't have to worry about tabs. The one game that was postponed tonight, which was the Edmonton versus the Montreal team.
Penguins 4
Now,
Sabres 1.
is this the first or second game that's been postponed in the North due to the COVID protocol? I thought there was a game that was going to be, or they didn't postpone it.
Montreal. Okay, which one's postponed?
Yeah,
Montreal.
Edmonton versus Montreal.
Yeah, this is the second Edmonton versus
The
Montreal
second
one.
one. Okay. So it just goes to show you that, things are still going and things are not all the way back. And you know what I mean? The NHL has put out the new rapid testing, and I think that might have taken a little bit to get a hold of, but I think people are coming around. I think it's working well for them. So it's
4-3 Jets. Yeah,
you're
I got
getting
it. I'm doing it
you
right
got it. All right, cool.
now. He put the
Did you
Wild
get
in.
CL? Did you get CL?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, cool.
Rickett. 4-3 Canucks.
4-3 Canucks.
Wow.
No, 4-3 Jets. No. 4-3 Jets. He has Jets 4,
3
Canucks
nothing
3.
Ducks. 3-0 Ducks is what it is. Okay.
Why the Canadian government won't allow international travel sports? Because
We are very strict here.
I was just going to say the Canadian government is much more strict with their restrictions, and it's because the United States is starting to loosen their restrictions on stuff. That's what's going on here. You even still to travel within the United States is still certain, like especially with trades and stuff. I still think it's a 10-day quarantine protocol. Don't quote me on that, but from what I understand, between teams in the United States, it was a 10-day, and then any teams that were going to be going into Canada was 14 days, or any player that was coming from Canada into the United States was 14 days. So,
We're very
I
we're very strict here with the things. So there's even talk now again about closing schools in Ontario because of it right now. So
Are you guys have a? Do you guys have a bout of it going on, or?
the going up in Ontario quite a bit, and my wife is a nurse, and they've just got the new strain going through their place right now. So.
Ooh, and how's the vaccine coming up there?
Well, Caroline had her vaccine, has had two vaccines. They're saying that everybody should be vaccinated by July or close to everybody. But the problem they're not telling everybody about, what we're not hearing about, is they have no idea how this vaccine is going to do for the new strain. They were coming out where they were all confident about it, but behind the scenes, they're not at all.
Yeah, I'm
So
with you.
it's the new strain. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Plus, who knows? I just got information. Do I trust that information? No. So that's why I don't go looking for information because I don't think you can trust any information. There's no information you can get. I just go
Yeah,
through my life and that's it. So
it's one of
I don't
those
know.
things where yeah, it's one of those things where I guess it's a personal opinion or a personal choice. But one of
Yeah.
the things that I'm glad, one things that I'm glad that they're not doing is they're not making it mandatory for athletes because you can't. That would be bad if they did that. I think.
Mandatory for vaccinations?
Yeah,
It'll
for
be
athletes.
interesting to see what happens with that.
I mean, they're trying to get as many people vaccinated as possible, but it is what it is, and you have to make your own decisions, and it's your life, and that's just how that goes.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how it all works out. But um, the as far as we're already seeing what we're seeing, like I just said about Ontario, Toronto closing schools, but it's the Montreal Canadiens that are they have to stop right now because of it. So they're right beside Toronto.
Yeah, and this is the
So
first time. This is the second game now that's been postponed here for the North, and they were one of the only divisions that didn't have anything, didn't have to deal with anything up until now. All the other divisions and a lot of other teams had to deal with it, but they were not one of the ones that had to during the big wave of COVID that was going through the NHL at the time. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
hopefully it's in and out of there quickly, and things can. I think we've mentioned this on some of the other shows, but you're gonna have to get to a point where it's gonna be just like, it's like the flu. It's like a cold. It's like anything else. You can't keep shutting things down because people get sick. Okay. Shutting things down is ruining economies and ruining businesses and people's lives. And I'm not advocating to, just open everything up and just let everybody do things free willy nilly. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that we're going to have to get to a point where this is going to have to be like the flu,
yeah. Um,
where where you don't shut everything down because there's a wave of people that get the flu.
but you know what the biggest problem with this is? Is that this has been projected for a long time. There's more coming, apparently, according to the scientists. Like this isn't it. So what we have to do is we have to get environment mechanisms to be able to tell us what's in the environment in our closed in areas, and everybody's going to have one. That basically is what's coming now out of all of this. I heard about this 2 years ago from
Yeah, I mean,
scientists were
yeah.
talking about this 2 years ago. This isn't just a flu. It's far worse than a flu,
Well,
unfortunately.
we're never going to get to a zero number on this, and if you keep thinking that you're going to keep closing things down so that you can get to that zero number, that's the wrong way to do it,
No,
in
that's the
my
reason
opinion.
why this should have already been happening. There was people that were talking about it before that we have to work on environment uh, working on environment air quality mechanisms in our buildings and everything, so we know what's going on
Oh
all
well,
the
okay.
time. And that's what they're
Maybe they'll
working
do
on.
that for some of the
So they
hockey stadiums,
so they
so
don't
they
have
can
to
get
shut
some
it
people
down.
back. Yeah.
That's
Hopefully they'll
right.
start doing that in some of the hockey stadiums. So we can get some people back, man. That's for sure. We definitely need some people back. Butts in the seats, man.
I bought property on Mars so I can take my building supplies. Yeah, good idea.
There you go.
Yeah, we can all take Elon Musk's rocket to Mars where there's no COVID and everything is fine. Pretty cool though.
I don't know. I think I might want to take the Branson rocket instead. At least
A,
that one
li-
doesn't blow up on the launch pad.
a little on the cold side there in Mars though, so you better bring a jacket.
Slightly. Bring a jacket. There you go.
Okay. Well, we made her. Oh, implicit. Jeez. Can you do your predictions? We have 2 minutes, sir. If you need to go off now, Steele, I can wait here a little bit and do some quick
No, that's
predictions.
okay. I'm good, man. We got another couple minutes here. Thanks for coming on, Implicit. By all
Yeah,
means, do your picks. Did you get all of CL's picks?
I did. I got everything.
Okay. So go
Oh,
ahead, Implicit. Let him ride, man. We'll shoot them all for you.
Calgary
Cal-
Senators.
Calgary and Ottawa.
Calgary and Ottawa is on right away here soon. So
Okay. Calgary and Ottawa is the first one. So Ottawa 3-1.
okay.
Okay. Next one is Anaheim versus Minnesota.
Thanks, Steele. You're rock. You guys. Did you? Oh, you didn't do one yet for that one, Ricket?
Guess
3-2
not.
Calgary.
Calgary 3, Ottawa 2. So what do you got there implicit for Minnesota and Anaheim?
Ooh, look at he's taking the Ducks.
4-3 taking the Ducks. All right, next game is the Sabres and the Pens. Implicit OT.
Oh, OT. Okay, OT. Anaheim 3 OT. Yes, we want that in OT.
4-3 Anaheim 4-3 overtime. Okay.
Okay.
So then the Pens and the Sabres is next.
He's got to go check out. He's got to get out his protractor and everything. Get it all figured out.
For the Pens and the Sens.
Yeah. He's got to time
Or
it
the
by.
Pens and the Sabres. Pens and the
Yeah.
Sabres. I'm
Times
sorry.
it by pi divided by the product of the whatever it is. I don't know.
The slide protractor rules. Are you breaking out the slide rules?
That's usually what I say when we get it out. I forgot today because you were there. Everybody get out your protractors. Let's do our picks for today.
We didn't get the protractor out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so we could be all awry here now. It's not going to work.
Okay, so Buffalo and Pittsburgh and Winnipeg, Vancouver, and LA Kings versus San Jose.
Implicit, implicit, implicit. What was I going to say?
Oh no!
Well,
Vancouver 5-2.
Vancouver 5-2. Okay, Canucks 5-2. Wow, he's one of the few.
Right. That's okay.
5-2.
Sabres and Vancouver 5-2. Is that
LA.
Los Angeles?
Yeah. Implicit.
Kings 2-1. Oh wow! Pens 8-0.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Implicit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. Well, we waited
Is that
all
it?
that
Did we
time.
get them all?
Yeah.
Did we get the
got
Kings?
thing.
Yeah, we got the Kings. He picked out. We got Vancouver and Buffalo, Minnesota, and okay, all right, cool. We got you. We got you.
Okay, hey now, yes, Oilers should kick some behind. You came here at the last second, my friend. We got to get out of here. But we'll be back
Thank you,
tomorrow. At
guys.
least
That's
I will be
right.
back. I will be back tomorrow for sure. Maybe with another fine guest. Uh, 3 to 5, 5 days a week. We're here, bringing the frolic. There will be frolic.
There will be Frolic. Thank you,
Yes.
everyone, for watching. Thank you, everyone, for putting your picks in. Thank you, everyone, for coming here every day to make sure Perlo stays in line because, well, obviously we can't do it, so somebody has to.
There needs to be a team. There needs to be a team in place for that.
A team in place to keep Perlo in line. Thank you all very much for watching. Man, really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the support. So thank you all very much.
Have a great day, everybody. Lots of love to you. Okay, bye.